What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. So after my MXGP3 Supercross video went down pretty well, someone in the comments reminded me that an entire series of it exists in MXGP2, which I don't think I've ever played. So again, I've gone and re-downloaded an old game. Really, we're grasping at straws here, we're going back in time again. But yeah, they've got an entire stadium series is what it seems to be called, and I've not touched it at all yet. Again, I'm going in completely blind to hopefully give myself the best experience possible. And let me see what the tracks are actually like. So, yes, the well-known replica football arena 1 and 2. So they're not real tracks at all, like the MXGP3 one was, for example. Looks like they're just kind of make-believe, but it should still be fairly straightforward. So, I mean, I'm going to... I don't know how many I'll get done in this video. I'm just doing time attack, so I'm not against anyone at all for this. Let's go through riders as well. Should we be... Did I have... I had about 12 hours gameplay before I load up the game, so I should have some custom... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What was I thinking? How do I know what my... Hang on, let's go to the showroom. I want to see... Oh, my God. Oh, I mean, you can't hate the colour coordination. Look at that. Oh, what was I thinking? That looked god-awful. You know what? We're rocking it anyway. Screw it. I don't care. We're going to use that. So, let's go... We've got the track. Let me go through to the race options, see what's what. You're going to hate me. I'm going to put this on medium purely for the fact that I want joint brakes, and that's it. I don't mind anything else being manual and stuff, but I do like my joint brakes. It's just how I play my games. I know it's not realistic at all, but you know it is what it is. We've got race, so we've done that, done the bike, started the track. I mean, let's go. There's nothing else to do. Let's go to the track, see what's what. And I've been told that. So MXGP3 apparently was the best game in terms of physics and such, and apparently MXGP2 is a bit of a meh one. So we're going to find that out. I mean, graphics-wise, doesn't look terrible at all. I mean, the track itself looks laid out fairly well, but we're going to see how it rides. Let's do bike setup again, suspension, transmission. Just want to make sure. I'm going to put this on medium. I feel like when the transmissions are on low on these games. Oh my God, what is this camera angle? Can I change camera angle at all? No, we've got very far away or we've got very close. Okay, good to know. That's not a good start at all, is it? Gee, it's so far away. Oh my God. So I don't remember these games half the time. What's the scrubbing like on this game? I mean, that came back fairly naturally. I'm gonna need more than one jump, but that did not feel too terrible whatsoever. I would like my leg to come out though. That'd be nice. It feels a little bit stiff. That's what she said. But no, it doesn't feel terrible. I mean, we're getting the whole kind of bouncing across jumps like you do on MESX. But yeah, in the air, that feels a lot more natural. I remember maybe it was just MXGP1 where you go and throw a whip in the air, and then the second you let go of the whip button, you just kind of nosedive really heavy. But it doesn't feel that bad at all. We'll keep it going. And obviously these Supercross tracks, they're nothing like your AMA tracks, for example. They don't... oh no, my front end was dipping there. If I release it early, yeah, the front end does start dipping towards the end of it. I'll see if I can yank back on the analog stick and see if I can change that at all. Lean back. Oh no, it does still dip. Okay, so there does seem to be a little bit of a lack of flow, if that makes sense. Yeah, but it definitely does feel a bit stiff. Oh my God, sliding out on the finish line there. That was not intentional. But by nowhere near as bad as people are making it out to be by any means. And it's been so many years since I've even touched these games that it's quite it's nice and refreshing for me. And I see people in the comments, even on MXGP3, saying like, "Oh, this game's trash." Like not MXGP2, like even on MXGP3, saying the games are trash. But when we've been getting what we've been getting as of late, you kind of take what you can get, I suppose, just kind of clutching at straws. And again, it feels better than MESX5 does, and that's in cornering, that's in the air, that's everything. I'm not just basing that on the way you kind of jump through rhythms as such, but if you're making a game that is called Monster NG Supercross, you should be able to ride Supercross properly, and that is following bowl turns well, that is skimming whoops without needing to turn into Tomac at Daytona all the time, just having to ride it on the back wheel to go fast. That is not having the AI being stupidly OP to the point where they don't take any different lines from one another. They hug the insides in every corner, don't take any berms. They get random speed boosts to let them clear sections that you can't clear. And there's so much that goes into it. And I'm hoping that they improve it eventually. I wonder if eventually they'll get enough bad feedback to to change it. I mean, if you go onto the Steam charts, I'm actually for this video, I'm going to overlay the Steam charts for MESX5 to see how many people are currently playing it right now, and then I'm going to go and do exactly the same for a game made by 2 people, which is my main game, MX Bikes, and we'll see how they compare. I'm hoping that I don't make myself look like an idiot. I'm hoping MX Bikes has more, but the fact that MX Bikes is 2015, 13, it's getting up to close to 10 years now, I believe, maybe a little bit less than that, and MESX5 has been out for a handful of months, brand new game, meant to be the best game. I mean, they bloody push it enough on the ad side of things, don't they? And it can't compete, I don't think, by any means whatsoever. Even this is better. I don't know what year MXGP2 came out, but it feels better, it flows better. Can I do it from the menu? I don't know if I can. No, I can't. I need to go back to the menu to change track. That track looks very, very simple, not difficult by any means. I'm going to go to the last track in the list out of the 4 and see if they up the difficulty at all. I feel like they probably do. So let's go to track, and I want Diamond Stadium 2, and I will change. Let me change my bike actually. Let's go to an official bike. Oh, do I have more than one bike? Hang on. Customize bikes. MXGP. FC4. Oh, okay. I have a Husky, but it's not upgraded at all. What about MX2? Oh, okay. That looks 10 acceleration. You're right. All right. Okay, we're going to be that. Never mind. I'm hoping I can clear the jumps on a 250. I hope I've not just screwed myself there, and it's not like 450 only Supercross. We'll test it out anyway. Let's bike set up. Change the transmission to medium again. Done. And go to track. Boom. Oh, that sounds not very nice. I'm not a fan of that engine noise. Oh, that's destroying my ears. I'm definitely going to turn that down in the editing process as well. But let's see how this track does as well. It looks it's definitely loamier than the last one, that's for sure. I don't feel like we got to a point yet in these games where, like erodes, you know, like deep ground deformation and stuff really affects you too much. And I'm not going to get to that point anyway, just playing by myself here. But I can only imagine. Say a lot of these rhythms, they're quite mellow. Oh, get over that. Okay, right, I need to remember to go further out wide there next time. You see, if you do get a rhythm section wrong, it's not like you're majorly punished for it. You know, there's a lot of room for error. Can I get up and over this? Oh, stretch it out. Still got over it fine. Yeah, I don't feel like there's nowhere near as much of a seat bounce as there was in MXGP3. That's 100% for sure. I did notice that the seat bouncing in 3 was quite powerful when I was doing it. I was able to get over some jumps that probably actually wouldn't even be possible IRL with, like, you could be a seat bounce king and not get as much height as I was getting on that game. But it made things doable. It made things a little bit more, I don't want to say realistic, but a little bit more fun, which is why we play motocross games at the day. We want to have fun. We want to immerse ourselves in a game when we don't have the ability to do so IRL. At least in my situation, you know, I only get to ride maybe once a month, once every 3 weeks or so. So if I can sit here and have a little bit of fun on a video game in the meantime, then I absolutely want to. And so all these tracks, they seem very, very easy, by the way. Nothing too challenging. So I'd be interested to see how MESX kind of plays on these tracks. Go on, so triple, could I get this jump out? So there's no dabbing of the back brake, so to say. So all the way through the air of that jump, I was leaning forwards and holding my rear brake. Let's try it again. Yeah, see, it really doesn't do it. So there's not a whole lot of movement in the air. But sadly enough, I think I would still rather play this repetitively than the newer game. And I feel like I'm going to be a broken record in all of these sorts of older videos where I'm just slating on it. But that is, honestly, it's really how I feel. And I don't know, 'cause I think I'm so hesitant to buy these newer games now, and I feel like I've got a duty to kind of cover them for you guys, to stop you guys spending your hard-earned money on a game that's actually not enjoyable. So, I mean, it's one of them. When the next one comes out, do I wait to see what everyone else's feedback is before buying it, or do I just do it, see how it is for like the first 2 hours, and then I can always refund it. That's what I done on MXGP 2021. Bought the game, played it for 2 hours, realised, you know what, this ain't it, chief. Sold it, got rid of it. So yeah, I think I managed to make like 5 videos on that in the first 2 hours of it being live, and then sold it off. Didn't need to pay for it. So happy days in that regard. I suppose a bit of a scumbag move, but I mean the game was just wasn't enjoyable. I haven't found a jump yet where I can kind of test the whip animation rather than scrub. Let's try it this time in the air. Oh, yeah, it feels so stiff. I can see what people mean by the actual... I mean, MXGP3 was on Unreal Engine, whereas I don't believe this was. And even just the whole physics model, I think, was redone for free, and it definitely shows. I feel like so far out of all these that I've played, MXGP21, MXGP3, MXGP2, this is the best one. I don't... So the thing is, people asking me to play all these games as well and like go all the way back to 1, is I don't think I have one on PC, like pre-bought. Because there once was a time where I was a console gamer, you know, I didn't play all these games on PC, and I don't know if I feel like going out of my way and still spending all that money just to make one video on something, you know. And sadly enough, the older games, even the MX vs ATV games as well, and the MESX games, the older ones, they're still just as expensive as when they bloody released. They haven't like lowered the price at all, which I think's mad. Just that's corporate greed for you, isn't it? But I don't feel like there's a whole lot that I need to cover in this. I feel like you get a general gist of it. You get an idea of how the bike moves. It's definitely a lot more stiff than it was in MXGP3. You can't move the bike about in the air anywhere near as much. But then I'm not sure how much focus there was on making Supercross rideable in these games. I know that we had 4 tracks on this one compared to the 1 in MXGP3, but obviously I feel like these were so focused towards the MXGP and the outdoor side of things and trying to make that work well, that maybe I need to revisit that at some point as well. Maybe I need to try doing some of the outdoors in these games to see how they stack up, because if I remember correctly, I did have quite a lot of fun doing MXGP3 outdoors just prior to the MXGP 2021 release, so I need to go back and play these old games as well. And maybe at some point as well, maybe when I'm done with the Reflex motor career, maybe I can go back and play one of these games career modes and see how they stack up, because I can only imagine that they're a little bit more fun than the Monster Energy Supercross one was. The MESX5 one got so boring for me so quickly, even though I feel like on the surface there's a lot of content, but it does turn into a case of there is a lack of replayability. It does get quite repetitive, which I do think is the case across all games. Unless you're playing like MTX Motor Tracks, for example, that is one of the true games that really kept people playing it for a long period of time, just with all the sponsors, all the different types of events, especially all the free ride stuff in between actually doing your racing career. You got freestyle and all sorts, and that is something that I really believe that we need to go back to. Maybe one day we'll get that. It probably not from Milestone, but from another developer entirely, and I think that'll do it for me, as I absolutely wad myself again and just face plant into the floor, just lay there looking down. Let me know what. Oh, let me try that again. Going completely tongue twisted. Please let me know down below what, out of the MXGP series, which one you believe is the best, from 1 all the way through to 2021. I feel like it's going to be an overwhelming MXGP3 from what I've seen in the comments and such. And let me know if, like, from what you've seen right here, or even if you've played MXGP2 as well, do you believe that the bike handles Supercross tracks better than the dedicated Supercross games? I am interested to know that. So that'll do it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoy going back and trying these games out again and creating this content for you guys. And that'll do it from me. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever it is that you're up to, and until catch you in the next video. Peace.
I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing my life, I'm sacrificing my mind, I'm sacrificing my sanity, but most importantly, I'm sacrificing my time. Boy, I feel fine, I feel like I am a king. Honestly, I can't complain, even with faith that's the size of a grain of some salt, I will still move a mountain and do what I want.